Hi, this is Alex.
Hi, this is Tommy.
And we're from Maple Leaf Coffee Roasters in Roselle, and we're here to talk about a brand new returning coffee from Vietnam. Check it out. So we've actually had this coffee before, about a year and a half, 2 years ago. It was the first time we had a Vietnamese coffee here in the shelves in Maple Leaf. And we found a way to get a little bit of this coffee back for a limited time. For a lot of our customers, this is the first time they actually had a coffee from Vietnam. And I think for you, Tommy, it's actually the first time that you had one as well.
The first high quality coffee, yes.
Yeah,
Everything
absolutely.
else has been Robusta Vietnamese iced coffee with tons and tons of sweetened condensed milk in it. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
first real one I've had.
So as a background, this is kind of a nice coffee for my kind of novelty preferences here. When we got the coffee before, this is basically the same coffee. It's an arabica grade coffee, which means that it's one of the specialty coffees that we feature on our shelves, which is pretty much every coffee we have. Most of the coffee that comes out of Vietnam is a robusta coffee, which is the kind of lower grade stuff that they use in freeze-dried coffees or your instant coffees that the powder mixes. And Vietnam has been getting into doing more arabica specialty grade coffee in the last maybe 10 to 15 years. So when we got a chance to give this coffee a shot a couple years ago, it was a really great opportunity for us to introduce a really great Vietnamese coffee to folks in the store. We do this coffee as a dark roast, but it's not on the super dark end of a dark roast coffee for us. You'll see it in the pictures that we'll put up next to the video. Not an oily coffee by any means, but it has a little bit of that body to it that you normally expect to see out of a dark roast coffee. We'll talk a little bit about the kind of roast level and the preferences there, but Tommy, you're normally a medium roast drinker, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I prefer medium roast, even light roast a lot of the time, but this is very, very nice and well balanced on the dark roast spectrum. It's got a lot of body to it, but it's not too robust, so it's not going to knock you on your ass if you don't like dark roast.
Yeah, absolutely. So we like this coffee a lot. The coffee we had a couple of years ago, it's very similar to the one that we have today. Has a cool kind of apple tint to it, kind of a touch of citrus. Doesn't have that peach feel that our coffee a couple of years ago had, but it does still have that kind of sweeter tone that you saw in the earlier coffee that we had. Not a kind of green apple tint like the one that we had a couple of years ago, but it does have that sort of sweeter apple sort of flavor and tone to it. And a little bit of like a chocolatey feel. Would you want to describe some of the chocolate tones that you got out of it?
More like a cacao chocolate, definitely not milk or white. It's more of that bitter chocolate that I feel is one of the better chocolate flavors in coffee. You don't want it too sweet, and it really has that dark chocolate feel.
Absolutely. And it kind of paired really interestingly with the dry finish that you had with this coffee too. So like a dark roast sometimes can be when you drink it and you swallow, it has sort of this dryness that it leaves in your mouth. And I think that does a lot to accentuate some of the chocolatey notes in this coffee quite a bit.
Yes.
Very medium body though, like Tommy was saying. It is not something that really is a heavy coffee by any means. And some of that is just the nature of the coffee itself, but also we didn't roast this as dark as we normally do some of the other dark roast coffees that we have here at Maple Leaf. And just a kind of like mild overall feel to it, a little bit of a creamy, silky kind of feel in some of the tasting as well. And anything else that really stuck out to you, Tommy, about the way this coffee tasted?
Not too much. We covered most of the bases. It's just, I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it for being a dark roast.
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually purchased 2 of the bags of this coffee. Normally we get about 2 or 3 bags of the single origin coffees we buy. And we use one of those bags to do a lot of testing with our new roasting equipment in our warehouse space in Roselle. We have 1 bag left, so that means we'll probably hang on to this coffee for like 2 months, give or take a few weeks. So it's going to be a pretty limited edition thing, but if you're one of those people a couple years ago that really liked this Vietnamese coffee, or even if you're just a medium roast drinker that's kind of curious about what a great specialty grade coffee from Vietnam tastes like, this is a really great choice for you, and I'm looking forward to people giving this one a shot. So Tommy, anything else to add about this coffee?
Come try it. You will not be disappointed.
Oh, sounds like a good endorsement to me. Well, we'll catch you next time for another new coffee video here at Maple Leaf. Take care.